this off. Really nice. Next step, remove the membrane. Alright, after removing the membrane, we're going to remove what's called the chain. The chain is located this side. For this tenderloin is very, very small chain. It actually almost looks like the head. The head's typically on this side. You can tell it's a chain because of the overlap. And it should run down the length of the tenderloin. You're going to want to remove it primarily with your fingers. Make sure you get under the silver skin. The silver skin is 100% indigestible. Try to get in with your fingers as much as possible. Some of that fat is going to have to be cut through. Okay. This is where the head's normally located. Same thing, follow the fat line down. You're going to cut down to the silver skin. Remove the headpiece. The headpiece right here where you get the cut called the Chateaubriand. It's a beefier flavored cut of the tenderloin. Save that. Now for removing the silver skin, I'm going to cut down to about where our tenderloin cuts are going to start, which will be right about here. We're going to cut just right down to the silver skin, and then we're going to remove that meat. Set that aside. And now we're going to remove the rest of the silver skin. The best way to do this is kind of the same way I took off the tail piece or the head piece. You're just going to run it just like you're filleting a fish. Nice and clean. Again, indigestible trash. Now we're going to come back through and we're going to take off any of the remaining hard fat. There's not a whole lot of hard fat on this one, so most of it's towards the fillet section. So we'll leave that when we're trimming the fillet down there. So we'll just go ahead and start cutting. So we're looking at getting 6 ounce, 9 ounce sections. So when you start portioning, you can go by blade width. Right? So that right there is 2 blade widths. Should be roughly a 6 ounce cut. 6.9 ounces. Better to be a little heavy. You can come back through and you can take the trimmings off later. And as it widens, we can increase that. So same 2 blade cut, and this will yield approximately 9 ounces. 9.1. Perfect. We can just follow that down. 2 blades. Let's see. There we go. 2 blade. This should be about a 6. Still working 9s, still looking good. This is where it's going to skinny up a little bit. So I'm going to go a little long. now this is where the filet mignon is located, so we're going to give it a weight right off the bat. We're at 7.9, so we're not going to want to trim a whole heck of a lot off of this. Right, just a little bit there. Get some of this fat off before we compact it down. This hard fat should come off pretty easily just by running the knife on it. Weight 6.4. Now we're going to kind of build that up on itself. And that right there is the filet mignon. So we have our 6 ounces, we have our 9 ounces. For the rest, what do? Trim this little heavy 6 real quick, just get some of that fat off in there. The rest we're going to take and we're going to make this our tenderloin tip. So we're going to clean up this Chateaubriand piece real quick. So just give it a nice cut down. That can be turned into tips or soup meat. We're going to clean up any of this hard fat in here. Again, just scrape it with the knife and it'll peel it right up. Go ahead and take some of the bigger stuff off. Now, we're going to try to get a good decent piece out of this. Biggest thing right here though is getting the rest of that silver skin off of that head piece. So we'll just get this knife in there. Same as before, give a little piece to grab onto. This should only be 1 inch or 2 long. There we go, right there. Cut this into a portion, maybe 2. So we'll give it a cut on this end. Square it up a little bit. Tip that out. See where we're at. 12.5, so it looks like we're going to get 2 6ers about here. So same, 2 blades. Wonderful. 2 6ers, perfect. Alright, the rest of this will tip out, turn into stew meat. A little bit of marbling and fat will give a great flavor for that meat. This fat, we're gonna want to get rid of that. Let's cut that out. We can save that for the stock. That is 1 tenderloin.